Hello everyone! Welcome to the GameKraft GameKast on the GamerAccess.com. I'm your host Bronson Fiore, joined by a Mr. Tony Town.
Hi, I'm feeling lightheaded right now.
It's very hot in this room.
No, for a different reason, because I just freaking just cried laughing.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, I'm crazy.
Anthony may need serious therapy.
Yeah, like Rossi's sitting there, he's like kind of giggling a little bit, but aware how sick it is, and here I am just laughing my butt off. We were doing Metal Gear 4, which is probably one of the best games we've ever seen in the past 10 years. Mm-hmm. And we were finishing up Shadow Moses, so obviously there was a scene where Ryan had to cut his arm off because he's trapped under a rock. Mm-hmm. So we played Banjo-Kazooie music.
Just it's funny.
I don't love that. Oh, that's so funny.
But anyway,
yes.
As always, what we've been playing.
I was really annoyed when you sent the text that says, "Hey, you're coming over today, right?" And I'm just like, I'm playing Batman. Damn it!
The game is really good.
It is really good. I like it. I didn't even do any of the side stuff. And I suck at the Predator stuff because all I do is just silent takedown and just charge in. Yeah, I have a really
you should level up your multi-fears.
Yeah. I don't use multi-fears very much. I don't use batarangs very much, and you know, I suck at countering it. I'm just kind of rushing through it, but it's still really good.
I gave that game a very positive review. I gave it a 9.5. My main complaints were there's a little too much of the Batmobile.
I can agree with that.
There's a little bit too much of the Batmobile, and I loved the Riddler stuff in other Batman games. I really enjoyed it, especially in Asylum. Now, there's just as much of that, but it's on a way bigger space.
Is it like Grand Theft Auto 4 pigeon hunting?
Yeah. It's just like, god damn it. Like, when you find one and you can't figure it out, it marks it on your map at least. Mm-hmm. So that's good. But, like, it's still just like, oh my god, finding all of these is going to be my unholy hell.
Like lightning shards in Infamous?
Worse.
Worse. Okay, that's bad.
Because Infamous, at least, like, I knew that, like, Infamous, the way the map is set up, it's, like, in city blocks. Mm-hmm. So you can kind of, like, wall sections off and look around. I will say finding that last blast shard to get the platinum trophy at like 5 in the morning was just like the shit. That was so awesome.
Nice.
It was just like platinum trophy. I love the Infamous games. I have the platinum in all 3 of them.
Cool.
Those games.
I liked the first 2. For some reason, I didn't get around to playing Infamous Son. Probably because I didn't really have motivation at the time.
The game is really good. If you like Infamous, you'll like that game. It can same everything. Just. They do some, and the powers are super cool. Like, I love the neon power, where you can run super fast and up walls and stuff.
What is that secret power that they didn't want to spoil, but now that the game's over a year old anyways?
Oh, digital.
Digital.
Yeah, you can like fly into satellites and get teleported to other satellites and make like anything his imagination can think of come to life and like fuck with electronics and stuff.
Wow, that is pretty awesome.
It's really neat. It's a really neat one. Smoke is okay. My favorite was always Neon though. Like, I really liked Neon.
You could travel at super high speeds with Neon.
Yeah, that you run up walls and all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Though I did digital, you can get angel wings. That part is cool. Anyway, that's that game. So Batman. I finished that a couple weeks ago. I finally got time to write the review out. Pro tip, people. Do not write a review on an iPad on 4 hours of sleep at 3 in the morning on your grave shift.
Well, you can do that, but just be sure to proofread it the next day. Yeah, send it to yourself, because, like, the last hour of writing that review, I was like, where am I? Considering you were falling asleep, that wasn't too bad. Yeah, like, just needed a little bit of help. Yeah, no, I'm gonna pick up a coffee before work today and jam out that Dungeon Travelers review probably. I got a review copy for Dungeon Travelers. Is Tuesday the 18th? Today's the 15th. So
but it's Tuesday, the day this goes up.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm still gonna be careful though. So I can only talk about the first couple of levels. that game seems like a pretty standard dungeon crawler from those first couple of levels. Like, it has pretty solid art. The 3D stuff is kind of eh. Lots of gratuitous fan service and panty shots. Look, man. And it's fine. Like, if you like those kind of games, like if you play Demon's Gaze and then Tokyo Abyss and we're like, I need more dungeon crawlers on my Vita with half-naked anime girls, this is for you.
Okay.
If you are not in that audience, however, you can probably best ignore it. From those initial levels. Wait, what time does this post on Tuesday?
Depends how early I wake up. Could be 2 in the morning or 12 in the afternoon.
Damn it. Okay.
Do I have to delay this now?
I'll check embargo and get back to you.
Please do. When does this game come out?
The 18th.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, then I'll just have to make a note of myself doing it in the afternoon because by then everyone already has it anyways.
Yeah, like I'll be sure to get that to you.
You just better hope I better wake up so late in the morning I can't do it.
Or like it won't matter. Like it's probably 12 a.m. That's no biggie. Yeah, that game seems okay. Like I said, if you like dungeon crawlers and that kind of game, you're gonna be into it. If not, it's not gonna change your mind on them.
But it is a game that everyone should buy. Is Batman Arkham?
Yeah, you should buy the shit out of Batman Arkham.
I really like it. Right now, I think at this moment, I think it's about the same as The Witcher as far as how awesome it is. Which doesn't help anything at all in our Game of the Year debates. Because I've been told, I could be the deciding factor, but whether The Witcher 3 or Batman line up each other.
If we were to do Game of the Year awards today, this is pretty much where things are going. I don't know what's Bremen's backing, because he could back Batman, Bloodborne, or Witcher.
He could just say Metal Gear and just throw a wrench in it.
Oh, I'm saying if we were to do it today. And then there's John and Nick who absolutely say The Witcher. And then Tori and Stephanie are going to say Ori and the Blind Forest. And I'm saying Batman. I guess if we include the intern, he would say Bloodborne.
Okay.
Which, I mean, if you go something else, like if you were to say Rocket League, I would probably go back Bloodborne or Ori out of spite. Like, I'm just like, nope, fuck The Witcher. Nope. Bloodborne is way better than The Witcher. I actually do think Bloodborne is the second best game of the year. It's so good. Like, just the massive high you get in that game when you succeed is just feels so good. The combat feels great. The movement is fun. The way Ray and I have been describing it is like, it's like Dark Souls, but fun.
You realize that From Software is being courted by Microsoft and Sony at the same time. It's just kind of like a back and forth effect. It's just like From Software will give you money to make Bloodborne only for PlayStation, and then Microsoft is courting From Software to make Dark Souls 3 announced at their press conference.
Yeah, but man, like Bloodborne. I remember there's one moment in Bloodborne that just really stands out to me. Is like there's this boss called the Bloodstarved Beast, and he's super fast. And I was having a lot of trouble. He's just kicking my butt the entire time. And I started to pick up on his cues around the fourth death, where he does this, before he does his big slash attack. And I noticed if I dodge away from it, I get hit. But if I dodge into it, he misses. And like, when he does the weird thing, I have to back, and then don't attack because he does another thing. And like, it's just like really satisfying figuring out these bosses and like doing last second dodges and shit like that. Like, it's just this game that is just rewards you for just learning to get good at it. It just feels so rewarding every time you beat a boss. And like, it's great to play with friends in the room too. Like, it's a great game to watch other people play. Like, Ray and I would watch each other play and be like, and we'd help each other play. Like, there's this boss called the Shadows of Yharnam, which there are 3 of them. One stays at mid-range with spells and a sword. One's up in your shit with 2 swords. Then one's casting spells from far away. Now, the 2 that are up in your business, you can kind of manage, but you'll forget about that one off the blast. He's casting spells, and occasionally he'll cast a spell, and you'll forget about it. And, like, having Ray there to yell, dodge! and me dodge right before it hits. It's just like, okay, thank you. And you figure out like weird little secrets. Like there's this boss that summons that you fight, and it'll summon spiders. You kill all the spiders, then you can attack it, and then after it gets attacked enough, it'll disappear. But you can stop it from disappearing if you use a weapon enchanted with lightning, because it stun locks it. Mm. So if you kill all those spiders, you can literally kill it in one go if you have enough stamina.
Wow.
Yeah, that game is... And then the story is really good. Like, all the story is almost exclusively through in-game dialogue that's very short, or items you find and read about. The game is so good. Bloodborne is really good. Mm. I'm literally, like, I haven't even finished it yet. I've only seen Ray finish it. I'm a little over halfway, and I've just been... I love that game. And when I finish it, I might be saying, like, fuck everything, Bloodborne for game of the forever.
I mean, you wouldn't say that. Because then I just say Persona 4.
Yeah, you're right.
Then it won't be game of forever.
But, man, Bloodborne, if you have a PS4, I encourage you to play that game. But yeah, like, I can see myself backing Ori also. Ori is a beautiful game. It has a good story. It has wonderful music. Like, that presentation is immaculate. The gameplay is fun. It's very challenging. Right now, Witcher's like 6th or 7th for me.
Witcher is a Western RPG, so I could see why.
Because the games I have ahead of it are Batman, Bloodborne, and Ori. Mm-hmm. Splatoon.
Okay.
Heroes of the Storm. Came out this year.
Yeah, it did.
Rocket League. And that's it right now. So Witcher is 7th.
Actually, considering how good all those other games are, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
Rocket League is pretty good, too.
Rocket League tells me why soccer is amazing to play and why those athletes get so stoked when they score a goal.
Yeah, no. It's wonderful.
Soccer is great to play, but not so fun to watch. That being said, once you put in Rocket RC cars, fun to watch.
It becomes amazing.
Yeah. Although I keep getting pictures of John completely destroying all competition. That's quite scary.
Oh, man. But, so I played some Dungeon Travelers, too. It was alright. But you've been playing Batman.
I have been playing Batman, and I think The Witcher and Batman's about the same, which could be a good thing for Batman, because I didn't do any of the side stories yet.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the thing. Like, with The Witcher, I had to do some side stories to be like, oh, so this is it. But Batman, I haven't really done any side stuff. I haven't bothered stopping bank robberies. I haven't bothered looking for firefighters or any of the side stuff.
They get progressively harder, but they're all the same style of mission. So, for instance, like, the Two-Face stuff is all Predator challenges. The Firefly stuff, Firefly, is all like car chases. The Azrael stuff is all combat challenges. The Nightwing stuff is a mixture, Penguin is a mixture of stealth, Predator, and combat. Riddler,
I know what the Riddler
car challenges and puzzles.
Yeah.
And then Man-Bat's cool. Man-Bat's a cool one. It's short though. There's this one side mission that's literally one quest long. It's one quest long. I was like, wow, okay, that was cool, I guess. I
love Predator challenges.
They're fun.
And in Arkham Asylum, I was obsessed with taking out everybody. Like, I was obsessed with running that same thing over and over and over again, so I could take out everyone in that room as fast and as quickly as possible. Without being fired at. Without being noticed. It's fantastic. Of course, I abused some things in Arkham Asylum. Like, it's like if I do A, the enemy will react as B. But sometimes they don't react as B. They react as C, which annoys the living heck out of me. But hey, that actually kind of puts your thinking skills to the test.
It makes you react super fast. That game just was like, I could not stop playing it. Like, I like a game when I do the side stories. I'm not a side story kind of guy in most games. Mm-hmm. But the side stuff was fun. Like, chasing down Firefly was super entertaining. Those bank challenges with the Two-Face was super entertaining. The core gameplay is just so tight and fun. Like, it is fun to just glide around the city. It is fun just to fight thugs. it is fun just to like stealth on people. Like the core gameplay of that game is super good.
It also does a pretty good job of reminding you of things. Also, like for example, I forgot the instructions on how you deal with guys who are charged up with electricity. I didn't remember, and it said use L2 to use your line launcher or whatever it was. Yeah. Because I thought you had to throw a battery, which I completely forgot what button that was. Oh. But you said just use L2, and that solved my problem. I'm like, oh, it actually does a really good job with putting little hints. If it can tell when you're forgetting something, which I think is really smart. At least that's what I think so far. Other thing I really like is a lot of games have like multiple camera angles. They will cut to a different camera angle, but in Batman, it never cuts to a different camera angle. It's always the same camera. Which I think is freaking amazing that they did all that. As far as I can tell. The only time they ever cut something is obviously towards the beginning of the game when you go into Dave's Chemicals plant, but other than that, it's just one camera just moving around. Just one shot.
Okay, so have you gotten to the, I'm not going to spoil anything beyond this, the Harley Quinn thing yet?
I just started on that.
Okay.
I just started.
So you just got in the facility?
No, I didn't get in the facility. I just basically got the, hey, she's here.
Okay.
And I was about to head there.
Okay, that is a really great part. I
could already imagine the level of crazy is going to shoot through the roof just because of who was involved.
Yeah.
And who went free.
Yeah, like, it's pretty wonderful. Yeah. I can't wait till we do spoiler cast of that game. I want to talk about so much of that game. So much of the story, the ending. Oh my god, the fucking ending of that game is so good.
I'm quickly on my way.
I know.
I'm just past the halfway point is what I think I am right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just past the halfway point.
But yeah, if you have not played Batman Arkham Knight, get on it.
Please do. Play that and The Witcher.
Yeah.
I mean, like, obviously you're more of an action guy.
Yeah.
And John's more of the kind of Western RPG kind of guy with Shadows of Mordor, Dragon Age, and The Witcher.
Yeah.
For me, I kind of noticed I've kind of been sitting in the middle because Western RPGs don't exactly click with me quite as crazy as they used to be. But I tend to prefer action games. It's just like, oh, I can play this for 30 minutes. And it's still awesome.
Well, that's one of my problems with The Witcher. Like, so I'm officially done with The Witcher. I put a couple more hours into it this weekend. I'm like, this main story is going literally nowhere.
Yeah,
I'm done.
On the spoiler cast, we talked about that a lot. It's like you gotta spend like 5 or 10 hours reaching the main city, and even then, you're still doing the damn fucking fetch quest for fucking Ciri. I'm so done. It's like, yeah, once you reach the city, things get a lot better, but that's like 10 hours of patience you have to put up with, and that is a problem for some people because some people just don't have 10 hours to just wait for things to get good.
Like, I got to the part where you're talking to the lady in the bog.
Yeah, see, you still haven't reached the city yet. That's again, it's almost like that's like the stereotypical Western RPG. But it gets good. It gets really good later. But how much later and how much are you willing to wait?
Here's Batman, who's like,
we're gonna start with some fear gas. Here we go.
Yeah, we're gonna just. Or like last year when we
Batman has great pacing.
Yeah.
Speaking of that topic, great pacing. Got a very good hook, which I think a hook is very important because I think it's better to have a really good hook and then dole out a little bit and crawl back up because at least the first impression is still pretty good. It started off well. But The Witcher, well, I didn't play 1 or 2, so obviously I
played 2, but I didn't finish it.
Yeah, the hook is okay, but then it just kind of tapers off. Then you meet the Baron, then it tapers off again until you reach the main city, which is a lot of hours. But once you reach the city, I think that's when the game gets great, but you have to fight through so much to get to that city. And you have to side quest because you're going to get under-leveled if you keep shoving through the main story, even on easy. And that's what I had to do, because I didn't have money, didn't have gear, so I had the side quests. And, the side quests are pretty awesome, but the fact that it kind of became mandatory was a little worrisome. But Batman is pretty awesome. Complaints I have with it so far? Yeah, I can agree with the Batmobile. Like, a little too much of it. I understand that they did a really good job making it a practical use. It does so many crazy things. But sometimes the tank fights, those Cobra tanks, the super armored tanks, where you have to go Death Star on them.
Yeah.
You would think that they watched Star Wars and realized the exhaust port. You might want to, shield that, but they didn't think of that. Fighting 4 of those at the same time all cluttered together is hella annoying. Yeah. And not to mention when they get a lock on you, they hit so hard. And then a little too much travel for my liking. I wish there was a little more combat and not as much travel.
I'm fine with the travel just because I found it fun, but the thing is, I didn't use the Batmobile to travel after a point. Like, after a point, I was just like, it is way, way, way more fun.
It's way faster to glide, too.
It's way more fun, too. Like, you can, you level up your zip launcher. You're like, X, and you just get shot into the air.
Oh, yeah, that's fantastic. I love that. I love that. But... yeah, gliding is so much easier. The Batmobile, thankfully, is not completely required to drive everywhere because, let's be honest, the Batmobile can't drive through a building.
Yeah, and then you can dive, too. The dive stuff where you're just like, and then pull up and then just get shot up into the air again. Like, all that stuff.
Which, in a physics sense, makes zero sense unless you have some form of propulsion.
Yeah.
But, yeah, also, that city is a complete mess. Like, it said that when Bruce Wayne came back, he funded a lot of the city's redevelopment. And I'm just like... everywhere you drive with the Batmobile, you are destroying some pillars, some rock, putting all that environment destruction effect. Who needs physics? You remember that stuff from NVIDIA?
Yeah.
Physics?
PhysX.
Yeah, that's like 2000 stuff right there. Yeah, putting all those environment destruction effects, and I just sit there and I'm like, this reminds me a lot of Man of Steel, where superheroes just do nothing but bring billions and billions of trillions of dollars of damage to your city, because the Batmobile, just driving it, you just took out a pillar of your parking garage just by doing nothing, just touching it, and the pillar broke.
Hey, at least Batman can pay for it.
Oh, yeah. Well, Bruce Wayne will.
Yeah.
The Batman, no one knows where his banking account comes from. But Bruce Wayne is like, oh, I'll fix that. While partying. Which, by the way, Bruce Wayne is supposed... Speaking of that, Bruce Wayne obviously looks like... obviously, he's rich, and he's, like, a playboy and that kind of stuff. I somehow... did something happen to Batman in, frickin' Arkham Knight? Because he looks like the grouchiest thing ever.
Wait, Arkham City?
Arkham Knight. He has this constant grouchy, I didn't sleep enough scowl on his face.
He doesn't sleep enough.
And he's so wide-eyed. And I'm just like, dude, are you feeling okay? I mean, I get it that he got fear-gassed, but he looks so bitchy and grouchy the entire time. I was like, I think you guys may have made him look a little too aggressive here. Because I don't remember seeing that in Arkham Asylum. And, maybe they added facial hair or detailed the eyes to the part where he looks like he could snap, which makes sense because the fear gas. But again, it's like, man, you look like the grouchiest thing in the world. You don't look too awesome today. Maybe you need some sleep.
Batman hungry, have Snickers.
Yes.
No, I don't...
But that's not much to complain about, really. I think the level design is great. It doesn't feel slow. The only time I felt slow is because I was stupid and got stuck in a room when really the door was right there and I just had to use some fingerprints to get the door to open.
Mm-hmm.
Easy, simple. That clever use of gadgets. Oh, hey, let me tilt. Let me just use the airship and just tilt left, tilt right. It's okay. The window got busted, but oh well. Guy's rich.
Anyway, moving past Batman. Batman's incredible.
Yes, so far.
Moving on to some stuff I've played. My roommate got his gaming computer built.
Yes.
And what that meant is Blizzard. Blizzard happened.
It got cold. Perfect.
Don't we wish?
You wish. Yeah, it's odd. It's odd out here.
Blizzard happened, which means we've been playing Heroes of the Storm just constantly. Like, anytime...
yes, the MOBA stuff.
Anytime we're both in the house together and have free time...
Yeah, the MOBA addiction has settled in.
We just... he's like, yo, do you want to play a game of Heroes? And I'm like, hell yeah, I do. And what we haven't set up, he plays tank. And then I just hide behind him as a specialist or a support. And when we do... Oh my god. When we hit level 20 with Skeleton King and Sylvanas, we dominate our lane. It is insane how hard we dominate that lane.
Blizzard's going to discover it.
That's a great combo. Because he can absorb all the damage and focus, and I just focus on converting creeps to our team. Because her level 15 is mind control, and her level 20 is expanded mind control, so she can control mercs and more minions. So there's about like 10 in a row, right?
Maybe.
I can get all of them. I can get up to 10. So boom, 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 boom. So now we have 2 waves of creep going to their fucking thing. And then by the time we break through a wall or 2, I have at least 5 that have the timer went down and I got the ability back. So it's like, all right, I got 5 more I can use now. Boom, 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 boom. And it's just like, why don't we have any creep on the top lane? Goes the other team. As I could, like, you don't think that's a useful ability, right? Like,
it is actually useful because it makes it a lot easier for you to assault their tower.
Yeah.
Because at least, like, I don't know about other MOBAs, but at least in League, creep helps divert attention away from you, and it attacks the minions so you don't lose your health and get killed.
Yeah.
Like, minions serve as a decoy when you're assaulting the tower. So they have a use, not to mention last hitting them for gold and other whatever else they do with minions.
Yeah.
Minor EXP boost. Early game minions are very important because, well, that's how you get most of your experience. Because you can't exactly kill each other quite yet unless someone slips and screws up.
Well, this is late game, and not only is it late game, it's also not only late game, but like I said, you would think like when you're picking your talents out and you see that as an option for your late game talent, you're like, maybe that could be useful.
A lot of people, well, a lot of beginners, I would say, have the temptation to pick like super powerful attacks so they can kill the other character. Because, well, who wouldn't? It's glorious when you do that. But you never really think of the little stuff. Because it's like, oh, creep? Well, I could just wipe out a wave in 5 seconds. I'm so powerful.
But no,
I don't know what it looks like when you have 5 waves, but pretty sure it's like, where'd that come from?
Not only that, but Ray's high level ability, the Skeleton King, is called Entomb, which does damage and traps them in this little box for like 4 seconds. So he'll do that, then unleash his other spells. And then my starting ability is to fire these arrows super quick, and at level like 15 or 20, you can take down 1/4 of a tower by yourself with it. Granted, the recharge on it's pretty long.
Yeah.
But like, and it fires 1 arrow for every time you press Q. So the second he uses Entomb, I'm just like Q. And it's like all these arrows go into him, and he's dead. It's great. Awesome. No, Ray and I took out an entire team once with that. It was great. Like, it was me, Ray, and Uther. And Uther used his Divine Storm. I used that, and Ray used Entomb to trap their entire team in the tomb. And just all the spells going on.
Don't you just love that, though? I remember in, like, League of Legends, so I play, like, one of the characters I play all the time was the Ice Phoenix. The Ice Phoenix, Anivia, I think it was. And she has a special ability where you can put up an ice wall. Just ice wall. Now, this could come in real handy. Like, for example, when you're running away, you can put an ice wall to stop that, and then they have to go around it, which puts more distance between you. Or you can use it to cut their team in half. Because you can't shoot attacks past the wall. So all of a sudden, their team is cut in half, and that could turn things around to crazy good. Like, just cut them off. But it's fantastic. Of course, if you fuck up the wall, you could fuck up your team in the process, too. So you gotta have to get good at using it.
But then we also started WoW. He's level 9 on a hunter.
Ah, gotcha.
He says it's okay so far.
World of Warcraft, you kind of need to... I don't...
It doesn't help that he's in the Night Elf starting zone.
Yeah. Of all the things they could have revamped, they could have done that, but... you know.
But then I've been doing high-level stuff also. And I'm in the second most recent raid tier, and I got the last boss of it. It was really cool. He for a tank, that is a super fun fight. I
love it when tanks are fun and involve the tank to do other things instead of standing there soaking aggro.
Tanks get shot up into the raptors. Tanks have to fall through the floor and have to fight dudes. It's a really interesting fight for a tank. But yeah, that's about it as far as that goes.
I have been playing Final Fantasy XIV. Got some. It's not really what you call it is a raid because it's 8-man, but it's like the normal mode. So it's the easy mode. So what they did this time around is that the raid is called Alexander, but what they did this time is there's a normal mode so everyone can see the story, but then after that there's the Savage mode, which is the super high-end raid. Same fights, some similar mechanics, but it's like ramped way up. It's like heroic raiding. I honestly think it's a good idea so far, because what happened in the previous expansion in 2.0 was the raid was like the hardest stuff you could do, but you couldn't finish it unless you were outright like dedicated to the game. Like you raided as a full-time job. That's how you finished it. Of course, everyone's level 60 now, so you can just go in as a unsynced party, as they call it, and be a level 60 team instead of a 50 team. Have a much better chance of beating stuff. Like some stuff that I seen 3 years ago, a year and a half ago, that were just impossible to do. Just get nailed down in 5 minutes, and we just sit there going, LOL.
That's always super fun. Like going back to the previous expansion,
you just have like memories of it being so hard, but then you come back, you're 75 times more awesome. Just snap your fingers and it blows up.
No, it's like Onyxia. Like Onyxia was this really hard.
Yeah,
boss.
I was like there too, and I was under leveled, and you guys were like, "We're gonna get you a dragon."
Yeah, we're gonna get you a dragon.
Pew pew.
Yeah, just
done.
Or like the Onyx. Oh, that was the calling of Stratholme. But no, like Onyxia, like this, like it was the third best boss at level 80 at Wrath. It was just like, you're funny, you're really funny. Well, I could probably like Onyxia on my mage now is so loable. Like I put my water minion to keep its focus, and then just light it up as hard as I can. But yeah, that's MMOs. Moving on to news. There's gonna be another PlayStation experience.
Yes,
but it is not in Las Vegas. Thank God.
Thank goodness, because that city is terrible.
It is instead in San Francisco,
which is closer
and nicer.
Yeah, we could go there, do whatever, and come back, but it's 2 days long.
Yes.
So if we do go, we're not going to stay there for 1 day.
It is
2 days.
It is a cheap trip for us for once.
Hey, you remember when we went to San Francisco for an NIS event?
Yeah.
Freaking, we went there, did shit, and came home the same night. Granted, I was half asleep, which was really dangerous, but it's possible.
Still, like, man, I just realized something. Tori and Steph are probably going to have an apartment in that area instead of dorms this year.
I don't think depends how many of us are going and whether they can fit it.
We can sleep on their floor. Bring a sleeping bag. I'm cool with it.
Okay.
Saving funds, yo. I'll stay in a hostel. I'm not scared.
Scared.
No, but it's in San Francisco. It's December 5th and 6th. It's $60 for a pass. That's what it was.
I forgot. I need to reread that blog later on. But
I'll pull that up. Hold on. Go ahead. Keep talking.
Yeah, just don't read it word for word. But actually, it's not too bad because. I mean, the hard part is that if you're going to stay there for 2 days and not 1, you're going to have to figure out a hotel, which may be a problem. I mean, I remember the blog saying, we work for various hotels to give you some discounted rates. When really, what I read was, we work with various hotels to discount at 5%, so they are still really expensive, just slightly less expensive.
It depends. If they do it the PAX way, like, the PAX hotels are expensive, but they're way cheaper than they normally be. Like, the Sheraton per night, like without the PAX discount, is like $200. With it, it's like $150. Like, that's a good chunk of change.
That is, yeah, for per night.
But yeah, hold on. Let's see. If you register before September 20th, it's $60 for a full 2-day pass. After, it'll run you $75.
That's not too bad.
Yep. When ordering tickets, we strongly recommend registering with your PlayStation Network ID for, reasons that aren't clear at this point. But
bonuses for attending.
Yep.
They better... Here's the thing that I'm thinking. PlayStation Experience better tell me that 2016 is going to be the best year ever in the history of PlayStation, because right now I am still waiting for a super awesome year for the PS4. Because, obviously, I bought the thing last year for Destiny, because that was supposed to be the thing, even though it was a multi-plat. And you could play it on old-gen systems. but that was a disappointment. And since then, I think the only games I've really got on it that I liked was that Drive Club. That was it.
Batman.
That's a multiplayer.
Oh. You should play Bloodborne. Pretty great.
I should everything, Bronson.
I don't know. Transistor's a great game for it.
Yeah, I actually did get that on PlayStation Plus, but I was like, no.
It has a lot of good games. I think it's the thing the Vita has, where it's like you have to go search for them.
Yeah, it's not a case of Microsoft where it's like Halo, instantly good.
Yeah, where it's like
Forza, instantly good. It's
like Transistor and Bloodborne. If you play these, you will like them, but you have to, do the research to get there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's anything else. Like, there's not much news-wise.
I think the only thing I would say that's bad about it not being in Vegas is buffets. There are buffets everywhere. In San Francisco, I'm pretty sure there's a buffet, but San Francisco, well, it's very bad.
I would say the quality of restaurants are better in San Francisco, though.
Yes.
By the way, there's this ice cream challenge. It's called Everything in the Kitchen Sink. It's like a thing of ice cream like this tall.
Wow. My stomach would die from the amount of sugar in that.
We should eat it as a website.
As a website, it's probably possible.
Oh, no problem. Are you kidding me?
I don't know. I don't know what everyone else's ice cream limits
are. I love ice cream. Dude, I can straight up eat like a package of ice cream on my own if I'm hungry.
Not a good idea if you're trying to lose weight, dude.
No, I haven't done that, thank God. But man, I have considered it many times in my life.
What do they call it? Galeo or something?
Gelato.
Gelato, thank you.
Yeah, gelato.
Tells you how little I know nothing about Italian. I'm sorry.
Gelato.
I know Ferrari.
Oh my God.
Anyways, gelato. Yeah, freaking had those at the. It was like the El Dorado buffet. Holy crap, it's good.
Gelato is amazing.
And like, here's the thing: they say that gelato is made with whatever that lowers the fat content, whereas American ice cream is made with a lot of heavy cream.
Yes.
Which is why the fat content in American ice cream is like 17 or 20%, whereas gelato has like 7% or something like that.
Gelato is a lot healthier for you.
Yeah, but it tastes amazing.
Yeah,
holy crap! Like mint chocolate chip is my favorite ice cream flavor, and to have like gelato and that flavor is like, oh my goodness! Like, why have I not discovered this?
They had at the Sony pre-press event. They had banana gelato. I ate like 8 cups.
Ooh.
It was so good. It was so good. That's all I really ate though, because a lot of the food trucks didn't have good stuff. So I mean, it was just like, well, I guess I'll eat gelato.
Oh yeah, the press conference thing.
Like
I don't know. Like obviously, it's just some contractor company that sets up some stands and comes up with some fake names.
Yeah.
To just stick on there. When really their food is just mediocre. But who cares if it's mediocre because you got free beer.
Free Coke.
Time to party.
Yeah, like every year like last year I couldn't really find anything I was super into food-wise.
The year before there was actually more interesting food.
Yeah, there was.
Like you had... Well, actually we had sugar donuts this year too. Actually.
Yeah, those were legit. Those were good this year and last year.
I didn't like... I mean, they cook it right in a spot. They just dip it in sauce and get it out, so it's really hot. So, okay.
Warm donuts are delicious.
Warm donuts are fine, but they're really hot.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
That's why you dip them in the gelato.
Ah.
Yeah.
But the reason why I don't like super hot food is obviously it's so hot that you can't taste it, and if you can taste it, you just burned your tongue. So, yeah.
I put hot sauce on everything. I
like spicy food, but I don't know about hot sauce.
That's actually something I have started to do, like, because Ray and I have been on this kind of health kick for the most part. Like, you look at our fridge, it's almost all healthy foods. Fruits, veggies, meats.
Gotcha.
Last night I had chicken, rice, and salad for dinner.
Tonight
I'm probably going to be having lean hamburger, rice, and salad. My breakfast was tuna sandwich and wheat. It's still generally mostly healthy stuff. And man, like... But like, thing is, when we don't eat healthy, like on our cheat day, we go all out. Like, we will just covered me in cheese.
Oh, I've seen Ray. He had like a quad patty burger, and he was still hungry.
I considered it. I've considered trying it. I've considered trying a quad at Juicy's. I want to know if I can.
All the delicious beef in the world.
Cheese covered in cheese and beef.
Okay, the cheese is probably gonna kill you though. That's.
Yeah, no.
If it's just beef patties, I could probably do it, but you throw in cheese, and all of a sudden it becomes a little less tasteful for me.
Oh, I love cheese.
Actually, it depends on the cheese. If it's American cheese, no. Cheddar, yes.
Cheddar
is a little messy.
Like, I already know if there's gonna be something that causes my heart attack in my like mid-30s, it's cheese. Like I know.
I'm glad I took cheese out of my burgers a long time ago, so that helps. It's a lot less messy too.
Like I love cheese.
I hate liquid cheese sometimes.
Liquid cheese is gross.
I know, it's just like sometimes they bake it so hot that the cheese becomes liquid, or the cheese is not really cheese. Somehow?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. So, you know when we do that Mario Party thing eventually?
Yes.
Yeah, Ray is having us try Oreos dipped in nacho cheese.
Ah, yes, I heard of that.
Yeah.
That's going to be pretty
we're probably, I know I'm supposed to organize it for this month, but I'm leaning towards doing it next month just so everyone has a little more time to get there.
Just be careful when I eat the Oreos, because once I start eating a package of Oreos, I don't stop.
It's because Oreos are legit.
Well, it's not only that, but that's just something I've noticed about my habits with snacks is sometimes when I start, I don't stop. I think that's a lot of people, though.
Yeah.
It's like, I start eating a bag of potato chips, and that suddenly becomes my dinner.
Yeah, like I was at the movie theater with a friend of mine on Tuesday, and we ordered one of those big-ass popcorns, and we ate the entire thing. And then you get a free refill, so we're like, we'll have another. And just like, well, I had popcorn for dinner. And she's like, no, be an adult. And I'm like...
Be healthy. You need to learn to eat your vegetables.
I do eat vegetables. I ate a giant bowl of salad last night. And then I had a little bit left over, and then my mom came and ate everything but the croutons, and I didn't know. So I went to the bowl, and I just see a bowl of croutons. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Okay. God, what else have I been up to? Yeah, not much else. Just,
PlayStation Experience is a thing.
That'll be cool. I think, last year they had some good announcements.
It was the first time.
Yeah.
Better success than they thought, I think.
Maybe they'll troll everyone again.
Final Fantasy... 8 for PC, coming to PS4. Final Fantasy 8 did come out on PC, I think. It's just everyone talks about 7. That's why 8 just kind of got...
Oh, better yet. Final Fantasy 13 Collection remastered for PS4. There you go.
F that. I'm not buying that, but people will buy it. That's the sad part.
Yeah, there are crazy people who like those games.
In Japan, you mean?
No, I know people in the States who actually legitimately really like those games.
In Japan, they legitimately like Final Fantasy 13.
Yeah.
And I fail to understand their logic.
Well, dude, different culture. They're
going north, mashing A. Oh, deep gameplay.
The Japanese are so weird to me because
you can't figure out how they work.
You look at the type of games that do best over there. It's okay, it's Monster Hunter and Monster Hunter clones, right?
Yeah.
It is Monster Hunter and Monster Hunter clones. Dating sims and visual novels.
Okay, dating sims I kind of get.
Oh yeah.
Because the reason was explained to me in one of the that's one of those informative gaming educational videos you showed me. Yeah. Basically, it's because the burden of having a relationship and raising a family, because the Japanese work so hard over there.
Yeah.
You don't have time to date. So how do men make up for that?
Yeah.
They do dating sims.
Yeah.
Which is obviously the difference in cultures. To us, it's like dating sims. What?
That's weird. But to them, yeah, it makes sense. So there's that. And then it's just any RPGs and Nintendo. No matter what it is, they fucking love RPGs.
Probably because of the thinking element involved to them.
Yeah. I guess.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Japan thinks America... Well, to be honest, I think a lot of the world thinks America is crazy because it's why do you guys always keep buying games with guns in it?
To be fair, Europe does that too. Europe buys a ton of Call of Duty.
Yeah, but you look at the West, I should say, and you're just why are you guys so obsessed with guns? And shooting things. And stabbing things. And living in the Middle Ages, but, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's culture. It's all cultural.
The cultural kind of thing. Every time I look at the UK, for some reason, I sit there and I'm like, you guys are car guys.
You like cars.
You like
but
cars.
You also like guns, because shooters do well over there.
Yeah, but I always keep thinking it's cars, because when I played Forza 2, there was people in the US, and then there was people in the UK. Probably because they had Top Gear, so that makes sense.
That's definitely
But that show's dead now, by the way. Top Gear UK, dead. Gone.
That's sad.
Because Jeremy Clarkson wasn't very happy and threw a punch at the producer, and that's how that show completely fell apart. But the trio, Clarkson, Hammond, and May, have signed up with Amazon UK for a new show.
That's fucking A. They have. It's going
to be really interesting because I think maybe having a lower production limit budget is good, because Top Gear kind of went from this pretty entertaining car show to this Hollywood blockbuster. We're going to cram as much money to show off our McLaren as possible with all these special effects, lighting, smoke, water, ink effects. It just became one gigantic glorified spectacle instead of, the stuff that they made 10 years ago, for example. So,
right on.
But, who knows? Maybe Amazon will actually bring back a little bit more honesty to their shows, because I just kind of feel like they're yelling at each other and calling each other names just for the sake of being funny. Yeah,
that's... I think when you get to a certain point and a certain budget, like, you kind of lose a bit of creative drive and just kind of have to play to your audience.
Yeah.
Which I feel that's kind of the reason why those IGN guys left and made Kind of Funny. Because they can kind of do what they wanted to do and be more creative. They totally can. Like, you go watch their old IGN content, and then you watch the Kind of Funny stuff, and you're like, this has a lot more personality. And same thing with Giant Bomb. Like, when they left GameSpot and made Giant Bomb, like, still has a lot more personality.
Gotcha.
That's what happens when you have a smaller budget and a smaller team. You need to be more creative.
Yeah.
It's why actually some of the best media out there to me is like on YouTube.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's not made by Megacorp.
Yeah, like when you get to a certain audience and you want to retain that audience, you need to play it really, really, really safe. And that means you can't be as loose and creative, which that sucks.
You can't be controversial.
Yeah, or not even controversial. Like, you can't just, like, there's certain things you can't do because
the study group says that this is not gonna make money.
Like, which is why Kojima is like throwing up double middle fingers to Konami and be like, well, fine, I'll make one last game and then I'm out.
Konami doesn't care. They're making too much money doing everything else.
Yeah, slot machines.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like everyone can get angry at Konami all they want, but it's not going to change anything because they already have decided to leave. And they're just going to be like, oh, we're going to make more money. Peace.
But no, but like, if that was another company, though, even then, it was just, and they were still making games. It's a matter of, like I said, when you get to that size, you try and, like, I've always been a fan of, like, it's super boring to try and make stuff for everyone.
Yeah, because the color gray. I always use the color gray analogy. I mean, I know this is true because you freaking look at all the cars out there. What's the most common color? Some shade of gray. Black, white, silver, gray, obsidian, or magnetic, or something like that. Some kind of shade of gray, and that's because it is the least offensive color out there. Okay, gray doesn't hurt anyone, but it inspires no passion whatsoever. The color pink, on the other hand, can inspire a lot of passion, but it can just kind of be quite jarring. Like watching a pink car just drive along, everyone's just like, whoa.
It's like, what are the most successful Call of Duties? Like, it's all the Infinity Ward ones. It's like, what are the ones that are kind of like, people are like, yeah, that's kind of weird. And it's the Black Ops 2 and 3. Like when you, like, Saints Row isn't as popular as Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto is a little more, general. And even Grand Theft Auto has a lot of shit that people don't like.
But at least they're super successful doing it.
Yeah.
Probably because they play to that whole cultural thing, I guess.
Yeah, they play to the culture, and they also play to mainstream, and they've been around really long too. That helps. Like, it helps that the Grand Theft Auto name.
Yeah. As far as sometimes I feel like some games are made to offend the least number of people for the broadest appeal.
Yeah.
Because, you ever, look at luxury cars. I'm not talking about, sports cars. Luxury cars. The wealthy man's cars. Like, those Audis, Mercedes, BMW. You ever notice how every time you see a car in the commercials, it's always some shade of gray?
Yeah. No,
it's gray, silver, all the time. In fact, anything, you could look up the color palette, and it's all dark colors. You can't exactly just go in and say, I would like to order a $120,000 Mercedes limousine in bright red. No, you would have to get it custom painted by someone else.
Yeah,
or tick a option box that says custom paint this car bright red.
You
can have a dark shade of red, or a dark brown, or a dark blue.
Like with us, at our size, at the size of TGA, we can kind of just do mostly what we want.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I appreciate. Company like Giant Bomb or Kind of Funny, or in the case of games like Atlas. Atlas can talk about, transgender and gay kids, because it's a smaller audience, and if, a big-name game tried to do that, they wouldn't make their money back, and, there'd be riots in the streets.
Probably.
Everyone's making a big deal about how in Final Fantasy VII there's going to be that cross-dressing scene again. Everyone's going nuts about that. But, for instance, you don't see IGN being let's eat this let's do this pizza thing. I'm bored, let's try this pizza app. Why? I don't know. I really look forward to the next time a game company puts out a pizza app.
15-minute access of the Pizza Hut app.
PS4 edition.
You're going to order pizza in EverQuest 3. EverQuest Next.
Yeah. Oh, God. If they ever added that to WoW.
Actually, to be honest, I have not heard anything from EverQuest Next for a long time, but that's probably because a lot of people don't care anymore.
That and also...
Except, that small group of people still playing EverQuest 2, maybe.
And EverQuest 1.
They talked a lot about how everything is destructible in EverQuest Next, but ever since Sony Online Entertainment was sold and rebranded as something else, I forget what it's called. Daybreak Games?
Yeah, I think it's Daybreak.
Yeah, ever since that happened, it's just, Sony Online Entertainment was still a thing.
Yeah. And they still run EverQuest. The original EverQuest, people still play that game.
They still put out expansions for it.
Yeah.
Granted, every 6 months, but at that point, I'm just just call them patches, dude.
Call them pay for patch.
Yeah, pay for... Pay us to fix your game. That's why I wouldn't call it pay for patch, but...
Pay for content update.
Yes.
But yeah, I think that... I don't know, man. Just... It's kind of cool that we're getting a show with Jeremy Clarkson in again. Clarkson, yeah.
Clarkson's a hit or miss in my opinion. Honestly, the guy has he probably has a bit of a narcissistic side where it's just kind of his opinion is the opinion because he's that big of a deal. He can say American cars suck and 80% of the world people who hear that will believe him.
Yeah.
Jeremy Clarkson also doesn't have very good logic, in my opinion, because I literally watched a video, I watched this DVD where Jeremy Clarkson and James May were trying to find the worst car ever made in the history of the world. And they say, here's a BMW M5. It's a brand new M5, does all these tricks, and to show how American car sucks, they grab some cars from the 70s. Which made zero sense. It would make a lot more, they would make a lot more sense that they say, here's what America can do now, and they took a Cadillac CTS-V. But they also made some of the worst cars in the world, and then they would take one from the 70s. That would make way more sense in my brain instead of using a brand new BMW and comparing it to a 1970s Buick LeSabre. So, he doesn't think, but he is the orangutan after all. Richard Hammond is... He used to be kind of fair-headed, but then he just started adopting this, I'm pro-America... and drive only muscle cars. And also dim-witted James May is probably the most sensible, but I think he also kind of had this slightly fake, I'm going to be super posh about everything. So yeah, that's like my problem with the show. Everything just kind of felt a lot more shallow since about like what 2007, 2008 when they suddenly changed directors and had like a lot more money dumped in or something.
So I have a question. This is not related to this topic, but for the second half of the year, what games are you most excited about?
You mean starting from this point forward?
Yeah.
Forza 6, Metal Gear Solid 5.
Okay. Rock Band.
That's a maybe.
Halo.
That's a maybe.
Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars is one of them.
Xenoblade.
I don't know about Xenoblade, because I say this all the time about Xenoblade. It's very good, but there were two major problems. The first is, or three problems. One, it's really hard, but that could be seen as a plus also, depending on how you look at it. Two, I could never play it for more than 30 minutes at a time. I felt like I was forcing my way through that game to make progress in this like fucking 80-hour adventure. And three, fucking Lorithia boss fight. Like some of the boss fights in that game, like I just suck at the game so much I couldn't figure out that boss fight, and I'm just like, I can't do this.
See, there's Mario Tennis.
Nope.
Zelda.
If it comes out this year.
No, I'm talking about the DS thing, the 3-player thing.
Nah.
God, what else is coming out?
It's probably good that I'm not too excited about stuff because that helps me save money.
Persona 5.
Yeah, that's a maybe. I didn't understand Persona 4.
Persona 4 Dancing All Night.
Nope. I don't have a Vita. Sorry, dude.
Get a PlayStation TV. They're $40.
DV?
Yeah, the PlayStation TV.
TV.
Yeah, that little...
That thing plays Vita games?
Yeah. Has a Vita cartridge slot even. It's $40. It doesn't play all Vita games, though. Only some are supported.
That's weird.
It is weird. It's because of the touchscreen stuff and certain developers are lazy.
$40 PlayStation Vita for your TV?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's dumb. It's super dumb. And it isn't supported by a lot of games.
What did they say about the PlayStation Vita at the last E3?
It has games coming to it. Here's Persona and a couple
Here's our commitment to PlayStation Vita.
Yep.
They showed like a brief moment. I'm like, oh look, finally the Vita shows up, and then
you thought like, oh, they're gonna do a little bit of a presentation on the Vita.
They just show a brief second. I was like, oh, there's the Vita finally. Okay,
sweeping it under the rug.
Yeah. We still like the system.
Let's see. No, they're supporting it still. Like, it still has games come to it. There's plenty of indie support. But if you don't like Japan or indies, it is not a platform for you.
$200 for Japan and indies.
$170. It comes
$170.
I would pay that, but I like a lot of those games. I like Daxium Verge. I like Shovel Knight. I like Final Fantasy X.
I'm not that kind of guy, so there's really no point for me buying a Vita at this point.
You play PlayStation 1 games. I don't know.
I have a PS3 for that, dude.
Yeah, you can. Well, I'm in a weird scenario too, where like I can play a lot of games at work, and I need portable devices.
Yeah.
So, you know. Anyway, short week this week, guys. It's been almost an hour. We're hot. We're dying.
I'm hungry.
Hungry, hot.
If this was The Sims, it would be hunger low, social high, energy low, fun is probably middle, bladder low. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we'll be back next week with another GameKast. Sorry, it's kind of a chill week. I
think it was still pretty talkative.
Yeah,
that's good.
Bye. We'll be back soon.
Bye.